Okay, and we are starting. So let's start. And today we will talk about and maybe more look at Power Automate Desktop. And Power Automate Desktop is a special tool. Why? Because it's from in one sense it for me it's like Power BI Desktop. Because it's free of charge, so it's absolutely free for Windows users. You could download it freely, you could use it freely, just you need a valid login for authentication of a Windows account, Office account, Windows account, but that's it. So it's really a tool that makes difference. And I will explain a little bit why it's so important. But before, let's look at some really other very cool stuff. And one of the stuff, like latest stuff, I encourage you to try out is Microsoft Power Automate Process Advisor. So we all heard about process mining, and actually we had some meetups before about process mining. And next meetup it is on 20, right, Emils?
I think it's on 12,
It's
1-2.
12. Yeah, it's on 12. So next meetup on 12, and on 12 we will have a special guest, and it will be Power Automate no, process automate factory path now. This is a process mining visuals that we have in Power BI. They will come themselves. So from the Germany, they will connect our meetup from the Germany, really special guests, and they will show us capabilities of this process mining capabilities in Power BI. This was really important. So don't miss next meetup. It will be outstanding. Yeah, and you could see the couple of images from the Power Automate Process Advisor. So under the Power Automate, you could find this Process Advisor. Actually, the Process Advisor can allow you to record any scenario. So imagine that you are doing anything on your computer, so you could record it, and then Power Automate will analyze it, will create this nice PERT chart for you. So for some process capturing and then further analysis. I think we will cover it in some of the next meetups in details. So it's really nice and useful functionality. But you could even try it right now. So it's not very hard to do. So again, we'll repeat because more people join it. So if you want to follow step-by-step scenario with Power Automate Desktop, please install it before. So I'm posting a link in chat. So it's absolutely free. So download it. About 200 megabytes. Install it and try to log in with a valid user. And today, we will go step by step with a scenario. Well, I will explain you why this Power Automate is so important. And if we look at the RPA tools, and the Power Automate Desktop is a kind of RPA tool. It means robotic process automation. It means that we could capture scenario on the screen, on the systems, record and show the software what we want to do, like step by step, and repeat it, and then the software actually executes it and do the job almost as we do in real life. Yeah, and if we look at who are the leaders and champions, we see that UiPath, well-known software, RPA software, automation everywhere, Blue Prism here, and Microsoft, and a couple of other guys. But why I want to, before we are going to scenario, I want to show you one couple of slides about I think it's a remarkable story. And here you could see link. It's in Power Automate blog, but I created the direct link to it. There is a story about a lady, Asuka, and she's ex-HR. And what she did, she became from HR, she became automation evangelist. And what she did, she seen in her everyday life that there are a lot of people, a lot of their colleagues, her colleagues, who actually dealing with every day with the routine tasks, and they are processing a lot of documents and writing and emails and working long hours, and actually they can't build a career. They can't spend enough time for professional development. They can't spend enough time for their families. So it's very interesting story. And what she thinking that there should be an option that it could be somehow automated, so it something could be done with that. And she started to search, and she finds RPA. And it started with some videos on YouTube. When she looked at this and she said, okay, I'm not a technical person, I'm not a programmer, but it's something that I could do. So she's from Japan. You see, it's all in Japanese. Those who can read. Those as me can't. And yeah, and she started and reading the books about RPA, and find out, finally she find out Power Automate Desktop. And because it's free, she started to, actually she tried to build scenarios. She started with understanding how to work with Excel, what I could do with Excel, then what can I do with email, how to automate email, how to, and doing it really step by step. And first she started to automate some her routine operation, then started to automate some helping colleagues to automate some routine operations. And finally she quit her job and started the full-time automation job, but not as a automation engineer, but as a automation, as a bridge between technical persons and business persons. And she is her HR background, could understand better many business processes. And this story, I think it's remarkable because in Latvia, and we have many today connected from the Latvian and near countries, but it's everywhere in the world, of course, that we still see that in small medium business, and sometimes even in large organizations, we do a lot of routine tasks, and we actually doomed by doing and spending time on it. And I'm showing this, and I think that also for those who are, like, this meetup is for beginners, those who are Power Automate ninjas. uh, I hope will will help others or comment. Yeah, but this is a meetup for beginners, and if you are absolute beginner of Power BI desktop and RPA, then this is also important story for you to help yourself and help others to build your robots for yourself. And I strongly believe in the idea that uh, we will, the one of the ways how to develop career and how to be closer to our families is to own robots. Own robots, it means someone who are doing, we are training them. So these are not robots from Mars or from IT department. These are robots that we could build out for them, for ourselves, and these robots could help us do some routine tasks. And we are going to build this first robot hopefully today, and then probably you could continue your robot building journey after this meetup. As always, we want to, like, this is community event. You could join, you could leave anytime, but I really appreciate if you could share something. So it's always interesting to hear other opinions or questions or doubts and so on. If if you're too shy to speak, please write in chat something, and I will look with one eye time to time to the chat window and try to answer. But if you have any question, comment, or critics, so please share with us. And it's for all the community. This is a community event. Okay, and let's. So maybe like short, I will try to poke you. So what do you think about this story? Is it inspirational? It sounds good. If you think yes, please write in chat yes. If you think please say no. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Yes, of course, sure. Yeah, it for me, like I would say a little bit eye-opening. I working with RPA, I familiar with RPA for a long time, but now I see that this is something that really could make difference in some people's life. It's what's Microsoft promise. It's Microsoft vision. Empower every person and organization on planet to achieve more, and that is how they're delivering their promise. Okay, let's continue. So couple of slides and go to demo. Again, I'm just reminding you, if you are going to repeat scenario after me, please download and install Microsoft Power Automate Desktop. It's absolutely free for Windows users, and yeah, please, you have link in chat. Okay, and let's start with end-to-end automation with Power Automate Desktop, yeah, or with Power Automate. How to understand it? So, because you probably seen before, there is a Power Automate in the cloud, something like that. There is a Power Automate add-in or add-in in Power BI. So how the Power Automate overall schema looks like. And here's I have a question. I would love to automate quite a few work-related processes, but every time I'm facing an issue with enterprise login, nor Edge nor Chrome keeps my credentials, and robot has to log in every time before starting the process. Any tips? Um, mm, not at this meetup. It's a little bit advanced feature of this login handling. There's Power Automate Desktop is improving on it. So is improving on it, and there every time, for example, for myself to handle all this credential stuff, you need a little bit try this and that. It's still not working, maybe straightforward. Yeah, but it's more this all the login stuff. If it's not simple single sign-on, like now it's supporting Power Automate Desktop. New version is supporting single sign-on. So if single like Active Directory with single sign-on, then it's work properly. Okay, let's start with the overview. So, and first we know the Power Automate, and the Power Automate is a process designer and orchestrator on the cloud. We call it SaaS service, software as a service, yeah. And it's a Power Automate when we connect Office 365 or directly to Power Automate and can create scenarios. And what we do, we connect with these workflows, we connect to cloud services and internal APIs. Cloud services mean online Excel, OneDrive, Microsoft Forms, Google Gmail, Google Spreadsheets, calendars, and about 400 and more services. So this, or custom connectors if we need, so SharePoint and everything else. That is what we can build with our Power Automate standard workflows. Then we have some incoming documents, forms, invoices, images that we need to recognize and extract entities out from it. And there you've probably seen before that there are AI builder forms processing. So there's AI builders that allows you actually to train AI algorithms that actually helps you to do object detection, character recognition, entity extraction. So a little bit working with unstructured information. And the third part is when you need connect to legacy and Windows web applications. It means that when you need to, like, you don't have an API, you don't have a connector, but you still need to like copy from one to another this information from Excel, for example, enter into system. So you don't have probably the connector to the system, how to do it, then it's RPA, robotic process automation, which works usually, it works on UI level or user interface level. It means that we don't need definitely all the connectors. Some connectors are still available in RPA software, but mm, uh, usually the main scenario for RPA is connecting on UI level. So it's how we actually work. Imagine that you have a new colleague and you need to show how to process a incoming invoice, and you show, look, here is the email, there is an incoming invoice. You click save as, then open it, and then enter invoice information into ERP system. And all this robotic process automation part, it's Power Automate Desktop. It exists also in Power Automate, but it exists separately as installable Windows application tool called Power Automate Desktop, and it's free. Where we have Power Automate Desktop flow in Power Automate. So when you build any flow in Power Automate, you can see there is desktop flows connector. So it means that you could add desktop flows connectors, but it's under the license. To run this, you need a premium premium Power Automate license. So we will not look at this scenario today. So it's more for premium scenarios. We mainly will cover the scenario that is possible to do with a free tool. And of course, it just gives us understanding that we could combine our Power Automate flows with some desktop flows. And let's look at the usual desktop flow. So you could see this actually picture in the newest PowerPoint version. There is also available not icons, but also cutted out figures. So I tried it out. Like you could find a figure. So I probably show you later, and we will switch to to, to demo. And imagine that there is a customer, and the customer is sending request by email. And as the next step, we have a Excel file, and we need to collect all the emails in the transactions in the Excel file, do something probably with it, and then enter in part and maybe take an information from partner system and enter the final information in ERP. So how to do it? Write a program? No, it's too expensive. We usually solve it very easily. So and we need to archive it. So we usually save it very easy. We put human in between and say human do this, do that, and human is doing all this stuff. And that is how it works. But as we've seen from the previous story, sometimes it's really time consuming, it creates errors, human errors, it's not fast, it's not interesting, it's not enjoyable work. So it's probably not the best thing to do. So how to solve it? In our case, we could replace human with a robot or empower with a robot and actually train robot to do all this stuff. And my personal view on this RPA is that this man, yeah, here, this guy, he should build this robot and own this robot actually. So he is not just someone who came from outside and said, okay, let's replace all these employees with the robots. No, this guy should create 1, 2, 5, 10 robots for himself, and these robots are helping to do his work. And he's freeing up some time for learning, for professional development, maybe for better and qualitative work, and maybe for some additional work and again achieving more pay money or free time. So uh, anyway, without free time, if you don't have any free time at work, it's dead end. So there is no development, you don't have time and and even willingness to learn. So it's very important to have some free time. And with robots, it's possible to free up time. So that is my current view on this stuff. Of course, maybe after some years I will say something different, but currently I think that it's a way how to do it. So you need to own your robot. So it's your robot, which doing, and you taking all the responsibility of what will robot do. So it means that if you create that this robot will enter wrong information here, so you are responsible for that. And together with responsibility, you will get this free time. And today for the demo scenario, I want to show you step by step some capabilities of Power Automate Desktop. As I said, it's for beginners. An idea is that we have Excel file with the transactions. Here's the Excel file with the transactions. And we want to enter fill out payments form. So each line should be entered as a separate form. So we want not to do it by hand, but we want to train robot to do it. And that is what we will do now. Okay, as I promised, I will show you before we are going to switching to demo, I will show you that uh, this new section under icons in PowerPoint. You could see that icons looks differently. And here you could see there's a section called cutout people. And here, this guy, yeah, you remember him? He's here. Yeah, and now, yeah, you could hear here. You could see him. He's like did something wrong with the robot, so he's catching his head. Yeah, you see why, and yeah, so nice stuff. And videos and some illustrations and stickers, but these cutout people, I think. Yep. So any questions, comments so far? So maybe you could write in chat with yes if you are going to follow scenario. So if you will do step-by-step scenario, just to understand how many people we have here, like 2. I see 2. I will try. I have Latvian version. So Emils, can you look Latvian version for Power Automate Desktop? So look, Emils, maybe it's easy to change the change.
Okay, I'll try to find some information.
Yeah, and what we will need, as you see in scenario, we will need Excel file and we will need this form. So let's start with this form. I will open this form myself, just checking it out, that it works. So it's Microsoft form, yeah. So you need this form. Just check that this form opens for you. It should be, everything should be okay. And now, how I could share the file? Let me see why I can't just attach it. Yep, so let me find a way how to share it. So any ideas, Emils? How could I share it?
You cannot attach here in the chat.
No.
Hmm.
There's no option for
Like, can you like drag and drop inside the chat window? Maybe.
no.
Huh.
Yeah, but let me, I will.
Can you share it via like a Google Drive or something?
Yeah. I will put it in Google Drive. Where we'll put it in Google Drive. So I'm, yeah, it's already in Google Drive. Okay, so I'm sharing link. So try that you could open. There should be, so download it, please. And you will need it on your file system. So the Excel file looks like this. Yeah, so we have a invoice. So there is a table actually with a list of documents, of payment documents. So with a number, date, release, amount, and so on. Yeah. So that is how the Excel file looks like. Okay, and I'm starting Power Automate Desktop. Yeah, so I'm starting Power Automate Desktop, and so I'm logging in. I see, you could see the list of some robots I created before. So if you look at the robot inside and click Edit, so it opens in another window. So you will need some Microsoft login, Microsoft compatible login to login. And I'm just showing you how this Power Automate scenario looks like. You could see there's a scenario itself and some connectors. So we will build something like this step by step. And when you are logged in, So, Emil, what's about this language? Is it possible to change it?
I read some forums and they said that one of the possible solutions is that you go to your Windows machine settings, go to the language, then change the language. I don't know, from your primary language to the English one.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, it's not easy. So,
yeah,
yeah. So don't worry. So I think you will be good with a Latvian version. Just follow the steps visually and maybe translate. It will be logical. So if you are on this screen where there is a button, a new flow. Yes, you are. Please give me some feedback on chat if you are here. Oh yes, good. Then let's click new flow. And so we are building a new robot. So it asks us a flow name, but actually it's a robot name. And let's call it pay my bills robot. So we are giving the name for the robot and clicking create. So because of probably you are using one window, so you are switching to my video and then switching back to application. So I will say that where to click. So probably do the following, that you are just looking at your screen, not my video, if you are on one screen. On one screen mode, and then just I will describe what I see on the screen, and you should recognize what I'm describing. So when we are when we open the editor window or this design window, what we see on the left side, we see different actions. Yeah, you see that there's a search window, but there's also, it starts with variables. So we could create variables, conditions, if, etc., different loops, waiting, like wait for service, for process. And then you could see, if you read uh, below, you could read file, folder, email, Outlook, Exchange, OCR, PDF, FTP. So you could see that there's a many connectors that actually we could use. And you already, as a user, you could recognize, okay, if I need to open PDF and save it in FTP, yeah, you do it at your work. So, oh, that probably I could do it with that. And then you, for example, if you open PDF, you could see that extract image from PDF, extract text from PDF. Okay, it's the logic here that there is a service name, and I suggest you to start with a simpler services like Excel. And if you open Excel, you could see that there are like about 10, 9 and 10 different uh, different actions under the Excel. And if you click advanced, you could even see more. So I suggest you, as a beginner, to master one by one. So take Excel and master it fully, so that you could do anything with Excel. Then master web, then master file. And by mastering a couple of these, you already will be able to create many scenarios from your everyday life. And again, don't try to create the end-to-end, so automate everything. Try with something that you can understand and follow. Okay, and what we will do, we want actually, we want take the line by line from Excel file, and then we want to enter in this form. Yeah, enter in this form, web form. And we could manually actually say, open this link and take this field. Yeah, but in Power Automate, there is our desktop. There is nice function on top menu, where the save button is, save, run, stop, run, next action. You could see that there's two buttons, web recorder and desktop recorder. So what it means, what are these two buttons? So web recorder, and actually when you want to record some activities on web application, like you want to log in, you want to click on menu, you want to search, you want to select some field, you want to enter some information. So you could show it by recording. not like picking and taking, but by recording. And the same thing you could do with the desktop applications, because we know there is a web interface, all the systems and the applications we run in browser, and there is a desktop applications like calculator, like Outlook desktop, like Excel desktop, like many other applications that are installed and we run as a Windows desktop applications. And we will start with web recorder. So I'm clicking now on this web recorder. If you run this first time, it will ask you to probably install some add-in. So be patient with it. So I will use Microsoft Edge as a browser. You could choose one of the 4 browsers. I will use Microsoft Edge, and it's already installed for me. But if you run it first time, it will ask you to enable it. So let's take some time that you enable it. And when you need to close it, stop, and start again. Yeah. And if everything is correctly added, there should be this record window appear. So if everything correctly done, you should have this window, this record window, web recorder window, and you could choose any of browsers. So you need a little bit enable there. Yeah, and then on this window, please enter this link to web application with our form I shared with you. So, and you will see that this link also changed it on the first step of our recording. Okay. I hope are you ready with this add-in? Do you have this web recording screen? Again, please let me know in chat. Yes, I see that. Yes. Okay, great. And now we are going to record what we want to do, and we want to enter information. So let's click on this web recorder. There is a record button, and we just click record. Click record. And now when you go with mouse hour on the window, you will see that it will recognize the parts of this window. Okay, it recognizes actually part of HTML marking. So you could go under the payments. You can see that span HTML tag div for block. Even these 3 buttons you could point, and you see the red line around this element. In this case, we need to select the input fields, and you need to go under the first input field that it selects really all the input field, and then click on it. And we will enter some information here, and we will say number. I will enter as a text because just to understand that it was a number. And when you enter it and click to next, you will see that on this recorder side that it actually records populate input on screen text number. Yeah. Okay, let's select another one, next one, and say it's amount. Of course, we need to enter their numbers, but we are currently not entering, so we just marking. So it's better to use the name. If it's not possible to enter their name because it's a number field and actually system don't allow it, of course, then enter the number. But in this case, we can enter these names. Discount, next one, client, and last one, contract number. And very important that we need to submit this form. It means that we need to click on this, select the submit button and click on it. And now we have, thank you, that everything done. So our form is recorded. And if you look at this recording window, you see all the steps are recorded, and there is a finish button, and we are clicking finish button. We're clicking finish button, and we are going to our Power Automate desktop designer window, and you could see that there we have this scenario step by step. So we could see that there is a launch new Microsoft Edge. There's a populate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. Yeah, click link web page, and input contract. So this click div probably not needed. So I have it. So I will delete it. So we could delete it. And what about my um, pressing button? So I will launch again this recorder. Something went wrong. And I'm going directly to, I'm clicking again record, going to directly to submit button, click element web page, UI element div, finish, or it was this button. I just deleted it. So, and here I selecting this unnecessary elements and just click, yeah, and this click web page. So it was correct. So it click on the web page. It was a button. So it was correct. So, and we recorded this scenario. And of course, if we will run it now, it will open the this web page. So if I click run, and you could do it also, it will open and actually open this link and provide these values I provided. Yeah, you could see that actually it's everything myself himself, but it, it don't take the information from the Excel file, but actually do what I did, like enter it. It's good, but not enough. And now, but we need that it does it from the Excel file with this values from columns. So, and we will learn now how to use an Excel here. We see this is one block, and let's start with an Excel. Let's click on the left side Excel, and we need a launch Excel, and we are just taking drag and drop and put it as a first step. So we are launching Excel, and it actually asks us, okay, launch Excel or open following document. We say open following document, and select link to our select link to our saved Excel file. So you just provide link to where you saved it, to these payments, and making this visible. Yeah, okay, save. So it knows where it is. So there also we could do some dynamic linking, but not in this time, not this time. And now a little bit specifics on how to read this file. So how we can read Excel and understand the table. Where is the table? Actually, what we do is we are reading the first free column and first free row. So that is how we will mark that this where is the boundaries of this table. And we will use this action get first free column and free get from Excel worksheet and put it as a number 2 step. And you could see that it creates some variables. So it creates Excel instance and actually creates 2 variables. So first free column and first free row. Yeah, we can see that these variables we could use in the later steps. And that is also the idea of variables. Of course, in this case, it's a number. And next, we need to read this data. And we will use
sorry, could you go back to the previous step? What exactly do we need to do?
Yeah, question about variables. So variables, it's create this on this step. Power Automate Desktop creates variables itself, so automatically we don't need to create them. It's possible to create variables manually, but we will not do it in today. But it's possible. Yeah, in this case, Excel creates these variables for us because it comes from this get first free row and column. Do we need it for Excel table? If we could do it differently, yeah, for Excel, if it's formatted as a table. But again, not we will not do it right now. Next, we need read from Excel worksheet. So we will actually read this data. And now be careful. So we start a little bit need to follow. So what we do, we say, okay, Excel instance, yeah, value from range of cells or from single cell in this case, as well as a starting column. We say 1, 1 is a starting column. No, sorry, we need a range of cells, select range of cells. And we say that its starting is 1, starting row is 1, yeah. And now we need to say what will be an end column. And now we need to use this variable first free column. We say the end column is first free column minus 1. So before percentage sign, we click, we say minus 1. And the first free row, again, we use a variable and say minus 1. Probably in this case, we could say that we could fix, if we know for sure that there is 8 columns and 10 rows, we could just write 8 and 10. But now we are putting some dynamics here. Very important that our Excel file has a headers. So click on advanced and say the first line of the range contained column names. Otherwise, it will not work. Yeah, so be careful, put it as a variable. So probably this was the hardest part of our scenario.
May I ask a question?
Yes, please.
I have a bit different this. Also, I have the problem with Latvian, but I have.
Are you in
this
this retrieve? Do you select the second option?
Well, in Latvian, it's lasīt no Excel darba lapas, right? It's the same. Right?
What else you have here?
And
Read.
then I have like Excel instance. That's like you have it right there.
Yeah.
Then it is good. And then you chose which one from a single
Second value from
So
range.
it's šūnu diapazons, right?
Yes, šūnu diapazons. And then there should appear like start and end positions, like start column and end column.
And then the end ones. Where did you get this one? Did you enter this manually?
No, it's possible to enter manually, but I clicked here on the X sign, on the select variable sign. Here on the end of the field, you have the X in.
Yes, I clicked that. And what do you have?
Click then, and for column, you select the first free column variable.
I don't have that.
Don't have that?
I have only 2. I have browser and X.
Okay. Did you add the previous step which was get first free column and row.
I think I missed that because I was writing down everything.
Yeah, don't write everything down. You will have a recording of this.
Yeah. So get free.
Yeah, you need to add a step which is get first row, free row and column, and it will create you these two variables, first free column and first free row. Yeah, just to understand what it does, it actually looks at your Excel and finds
that part. Yeah.
yeah, column them.
Yeah.
And then when you added this step, click again on read from Excel, and you should have here these variables.
Yeah, and again diapason 1 1. So first row and first column, right? Yeah, thank you. Worked.
Yeah, and put -1. Yeah.
Oh.
So because we are the not we don't need a free one, but one before -1. So manually put this -1. We write manually -1, and it will not work if in advanced section you will not select the first line range contains column names here. So mark it, otherwise you will get an error. Yeah, because it's not data, it's column names. Okay, save. So what? Let's look at our robot. What it does? It actually open Excel's, find the position, and then could read the data. So we actually in this step we have the data, and now we need to populate this data in these fields. And because we need to do it many times, we need some loop functionality. So, and we will find there is a loop functionality named for each. So it means that for each record, uh, for each, yeah, for each, write in chat. If you write for, you will have the in the loop under the loop sections. You will have for each, and let's place it for each just before launching new new browser instance. So, and it asks us, what is the parameter? Actually, it asks us where the data source here. And we say that there is a data table, which is Excel data. So we select this Excel data and click OK. And what we will have, we will see that it's an empty cycle. It's actually starts and ends. And we need to put all the browser activities inside. So I click with a shift button and mouse. I select all these steps and just put it carefully here inside this loop. And voila, we have all these steps in the loop. So it's almost a working robot. So I hope you are following and you are on this step already. And just one thing before we go and deal with these values, not to forget that if we open Excel file, let's close it at the end. So we write a close button, and we have a different close functionality. And there is a close connection, close web browser. And let's, at the end of loop, click put the close web browser. It means it enters all the field and select the default variable. So it enters all the fields and then close this. And we have, you see that we're launching new window each time, so it's fine. And after the end condition, after the loop, let's put a close Excel. Yeah, after everything is done, we're also closing Excel file. And it knows the variable. Again, select the default variable and click enter. So what we could see, we see that it's actually proper robot. One thing that was missing, So if we click at the here, we see that we are still entering the number text as a number. So we need to change it. So let's delete it. Let's look at our Excel file, and we need to provide the column names. And here we see the column name is number with a capital N. Click on the function sign here, and we need to provide the data row. This is current item, and you could see that this is current item with the percentages. And here is some life hack you need to know. So we need to put it like this. So proper reference to the column looks like this. So I'm putting it in the chat that you could and in square brackets and with can't remember either.
Single quote.
Yeah, single quote. Yeah, thank you. So and in single quotes we have a column number, a column name. Yeah, whatever column name we have, and click save. Let's go to next one. So I just copied it, and here is amount. I'm copying this from previous, not clicking and doing everything. So it asks us its amount, right? And it's amount in Excel. Okay, let's write it amount. Okay, good. Let's take next one. Next one is date. Again, I'm copying one before, and date is, let's put it as a simply date. Save. Next one is discount. Again, it's discount. And we just giving proper references. So next one is client, and it's client. So not interesting. So right, not interesting. Everything is super straightforward. And contract in this kind, it's again contract. Okay, contract. So we get now we have a proper references to our Excel file. And we could see that if we open Excel file, we could see that it starts with 1001 and then 1002 and 3, 4, 5 numbers, different amounts and client numbers, etc. So we expect that when we will run this robot, it will start to fill out this form with our values from Excel file. And now I just click and save button that it's save it. It says that save it. My robot is saved successfully. And now I'm clicking run.
One question, sorry. Is it possible, will the flow run if the Excel is open?
Yes.
Or it has to be in the closed? Or
No,
it
could run with an open Excel.
Okay.
So, and my robot is running, and let's see, 1001 should be the first. Yes. Yeah, we see that if it works like you can see now on screen, it's opening window one by one and entering the values from the Excel file. So there's a question, and while it's running, while robot is working for me, I will read the question. If I would like to enter data from web to Excel, should I use the same reference name or there's the other trick from the web? You mean to reference in Excel? If a reference in Excel, that yes, to write, there is a different Excel. To write in Excel, you will need to provide the Excel column, for reference. But for web, you will just capture it with populate text function. But in Excel, you should provide this reference to the column name. So it's working for others. So robot is doing the work for you.
It gave me an error.
What kind of error?
argument for end row value must be a whole number.
Argument for.
I think it has to do because it stops on this read from Excel.
Yeah. So if you open this read from
Yeah.
Excel, can you look that in advanced? Do you have
Oh,
this?
I can see. I haven't put the -1 inside the
Yep.
percent sign.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
probably is.
So I see a couple of yeses here in chat. So congratulations. So you've built your first robot. It's pretty easy. So yeah, so it's not pretty easy to create it. So question in chat, how you could connect to Google Drive. Here, I think we don't have a connector for Google Drive. So you could connect it through the web. So just open it, and so I have. You should open in web browser Google Drive, and write in search probably to find a file. So the way how from Power Automate Desktop to connect Google Drive, I would say the web interface of the Google Drive. So it means that you connect, yeah, just you need to figure out how to select the needed file in folder, or maybe if it's in specific folder, or you could find it. So you could select, maybe you could create a variable, then read this variable from the Excel field from Excel, and then put it in a Google Drive. Like I could show you. So imagine that you open Google Drive like this, and then put something that you search in Google Drive, and then find a file, click on it, and read, download maybe, or read from Google spreadsheet, Google Sheet itself. So, of course, we could add many other things. For example, we could put here a if statement, or we could in Excel file we could write back in Excel file like here it's done. Like if it's done, that please write it done. So it takes. So we'll not do it right now, but it's possible, quite easy to do. Just one thing, imagine that if a discount, and let's look at the discount, and imagine that if discount is less than 10, yeah, then maybe not write a discount. And how we could do it? So we could add an if statement, and we just before discount here, yeah. So I need to let's find an if statement, so it will be last thing today. And we say if, and put it before discount, and it will create a small loop and small operand. So it should be current data, I think. Discount. Is greater than, is greater. Let me see quickly. I need to look how it was. For this if statement, so we need to provide a right reference to our field of discount. I think it was just discount.
Well, shouldn't it use the same, like current item discount, like we copied in the web step?
Yeah, it should be, I think. Let me try again. If like now current item and discount like this. And if it is greater than 10, then continue. If not, then no. Yeah. And it's creating the if statement. Of course, we could do something in this statement, but in this case, we will put a discount. It means that if it's greater than 10, that please add this discount in the form. If it's less, then do not. So not adding the discount. And let's try to run it and see. So if we look in our Excel file, so okay. If we look in our Excel file, it should actually not write the fourth. The number 4 is less. That first 3 should be entered, but number 4 should be skipped. So I see that someone tried and it's already worked, but let's just look at it. So we are opening the 4 number 1. So it should be now it should enter the discount. Yeah, we see that discount is entered because it's larger than 10. The second one should be entered, and the third one should be entered. On the fourth, it should be empty. Now it will enter. So my robot works not very fast. So hope you have faster. Yep. Okay, and that's actually it for today. That is what we wanted to cover today. And we will continue with Power Automate Desktop. This was the very entry meetup, but we will keep it going and make it more advanced and look at different features. So thank you for coming today. I hope it was helpful for you and you will continue your learning path. And if you want to share, maybe you're already building some advanced scenarios. So if you want to share with others on the meetup, please contact me through the meetup page and write me in direct message. And thank you for coming. Follow us on the meetup and follow us on the meetup.com, and I'm inviting you to the next meetup. It's 12th of August when the Power PAF the process mining meetup will be here, and the process mining, one of the process mining vendors will show us the features of the process mining. Okay, thank you and have a nice evening. See you next time. Bye-bye.